Hey guys, what's up? This is Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications so that you're notified every time I post. And please follow me over there on Instagram at everyday_tidbits because I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube and Instagram family. Today, I'm going to share 20 random fun facts about moi.
I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do.
I do not drink milk. I don't like it. It's gross to me. Like the thought of even like drinking a glass of milk, just But oddly enough, I like chocolate milk, but it's rare because it's still milk. But sometimes I do crave like chocolate milk. I can do Yoo-hoo, I can do a Hershey's chocolate milk, I can do like the syrup in the milk and make a chocolate milk every now and then. It's rare though, because I don't like milk. And like when I was a kid, my aunt told me that I could, like we asked if I could eat over, like with my sister and my cousins and everything. And she said, yeah, you can eat over if you drink a glass of milk. I have been horrified by the events of what happened. So we were eating dinner, she poured a glass of milk, the whole dinner went by, I did not drink the milk, didn't want it, it was disgusting. So my bratty little self, I knocked the milk over and it spilled everywhere. So my aunt takes a sponge, wipes up the milk and squeezes it into the glass and says, you will not leave this table until you drink that glass of milk. I sat there pretty much all night. I refused. Blech. I just don't like milk. So if you've been watching me for a little bit, you know that I'm a paramedic and that's what I do full time, but that was not my first career choice, believe it or not. I grew up wanting to be a nurse. I did start out in nursing school, but I didn't finish nursing school because that's another whole story why I didn't finish. It wasn't because of academics. It was a personal event in my life that prevented me from finishing nursing school. But anyway, didn't finish nursing school and I had no desire to even go back into nursing school after that. But then I really wanted to be a police officer. Like that was my goal. I took many study classes, many review classes for the civil service test. And when I was living in Maryland, I actually was in like the Explorers. It was like, you know, for older people, it was like the auxiliary program. I was ready to get into that academy, but in the state of Maryland at the time, you had to be 21 to carry a gun, and I was not 21 yet. I was 19, I believe. So I did do ride-alongs with the police officers there, and I wanted to be a police officer really bad. So when I moved back to New Jersey, that became a goal of mine, but that didn't work out either because of something personal, and oh my God, the hits keep coming with my career. However, I met my husband at, we both worked for the same place, and his goal was to be a paramedic. So being that I was working at this place as an EMT, the next natural step was to be a paramedic. And he actually gave me the confidence boost and just like the kick in my butt that I needed to like make a clear-cut, solid career decision. And I decided to go to paramedic school with him. And I did really well. I graduated second in my class. He was number one. And I've been doing that ever since, and that was in 2003. I absolutely love it. It is definitely in my blood, EMS. My mom was an EMT, she is a nurse. So this was just a natural career choice for me, and I'm thriving in it. I love it. So that's how I became a paramedic. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I only have one child. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I only gained 8 pounds my entire pregnancy, and my daughter was 7 pounds, 10 ounces. So it was all baby. And I don't know how I managed to do that. I remember every visit that my husband and I went to for the pregnancy, my midwife would look at him sideways and be like, why isn't your wife gaining weight? Like, you know, he felt very judged, but it wasn't him. She would tell him after every visit, go take her out for a cheeseburger and a milkshake. She has to put some weight on for this baby. But I only gained 8 pounds, and actually like everything was in here, and my arms got skinnier, my legs got skinnier, and I loved being pregnant, you know. And then after I gave birth, I lost 40 pounds breastfeeding. It was insane. I was never so tiny and never so little, and in my entire life, ever since high school, I mean. But yeah, I only gained 8 pounds, and the baby was 7 pounds 10 ounces, and it was just weird, but that's what it was. The first thing I do every day when I wake up is make my bed. Because I feel like if I have one thing in order and one start of structure for my day, that the rest of the day is going to be okay. And every time I walk into my room's neat, and everything's going to be okay because the bed is made. So that is the very first thing I do in the morning. I have absolutely no sense of decorating skill at all. A lot of the times that I do decorate stuff, I usually copy a Pinterest post or something I saw on YouTube or something else. I have no like original sense of decoration at all. So my house is pretty bland. It's basic. It's pretty much a blank canvas if anybody ever wanted to come in my house and decorate, because I don't know how to do it. I just don't. I wasn't born with that blessed skill. My cousin, however, is an interior designer, and she has a very successful business. She's very good at it. So I definitely did not get that trait. I have 4 tattoos. The first one I got was, I think I was 18, I believe. I think I was 18, I'm not sure. But my friend Stephanie and I decided that we were gonna go get a tattoo. And I put no thought into it, absolutely no thought whatsoever. It was super random. We went to this place by the beach that did tattoos, and I picked one off the wall. I'm like, I'll take that one. Where do you want it? On my lower back. Stupid decision. It's a butterfly. It's stupid. I hate it. It was something I did as a kid, and it's, you know, it's whatever. So that was my first one. And then my second one is on my right shoulder behind. It's a semicolon inside of a heart, and the semicolon is purple and teal. Semicolon stands for like, my story is not over yet. If you know, my husband died from suicide in 2011, and the semicolon represents that my story is not over yet. Anybody who's been through something terrible or, you know, a life-altering event, your story is not over. So that inside of a heart is in honor of my husband and the fact that my story is not over yet, and that he died, yes, but I had to go on because I have a daughter and I had to live my life. So that's what that tattoo represents. The third tattoo I got was this little queen bee, because I'm the queen bee of my house. Me alone. I'm the queen bee of my house. So I saw this little queen bee and I loved it. So I went to my tattoo artist. I said, can you draw me a little queen bee? It's a bee with a little crown on her head. So that's what I got. And then my fourth one, oh my God, this was a mistake. Because of YouTube regulations, I cannot explain to you the circumstances behind how this tattoo came to be. But I have to tell you that this is the fixed version of the tattoo. The first version was done at someone's kitchen table with a home kit by an apprentice. And I wouldn't sit still because I hate needles, and it was so bad. So bad. When I first got it, I had to go have a professional fix it, and I regret this one so much. So yeah. I drink coffee every day, pretty much every day. If I don't have coffee, I get a headache. I'm at that point now where caffeine is kind of an addiction. So I always wake up in the morning. I set the coffee pot the night before so that I have a cup of coffee every day. If I'm off the next day, sometimes I'll have 2. I like to drink it with creamer. Usually, like, my favorite now is the Cold Stone Creamery flavored creamer or vanilla. But yeah, I have to have coffee every day, and I have to have it with cream because I'm not a black coffee drinker at all. My least favorite house chores are folding laundry and putting it away. I don't know why. I mean, I don't mind folding it, but it's putting it away is what the problem is. I just hate putting it away. And emptying the dishwasher and putting the dishes away. The actual chore, I don't mind so much, but putting it away is where I'm just like, I don't want to do it. So I usually assign the dishwasher to my daughter. but the clothes, I put my clothes away and she puts her clothes away. But those are my two least. I hate those chores so much. I do. They're my least favorite. Usually when I'm cleaning the house or doing any other type of activity or cooking, I most of the time do it in quiet. I don't play the music in the background. I don't watch TV when I'm doing it. I don't like much background noise in my house. Like I don't run the TV just to have it on or run the radio just to have it on or rock it out when I'm cleaning, because you know, I am a paramedic and that job is noisy. It's loud. So we're in the truck. Usually we have the dispatch radio for our project, then we have a county radio, and then we have a local radio. So there's 3 radios going at all times that I have to listen to and be on alert for. Plus the truck is loud, the sirens are loud, people are loud, just everything's loud. So when I'm home, I really just enjoy quiet. And most of the time it's quiet unless I'm watching TV and I specifically turn on the TV to watch it. But other than that, I don't like much background going on around me. My favorite color is purple. My second favorite color is probably like teal. So purple and teal together. And ironically, that's the survivors of suicide loss colors. And, you know, but purple right up there. If I have a choice of, you know, picking a color for some things, I would always choose purple because that's my favorite. My favorite food is a perfectly cooked medium rare steak with a side of garlic mashed potatoes. And I love asparagus or broccoli or something else on the side, but the garlic mashed potatoes and the perfectly cooked medium rare steak, absolutely my favorite. That's what I'd have to pick. So I'm not a big soda drinker. When I was younger, I was obsessed with orange soda, grape soda, any kind of soda. I loved soda, but now that I'm an adult, I don't like really anything carbonated. I don't like seltzer, I don't drink soda, I don't buy that stuff. It's not in my house. I don't do like wine coolers, and I absolutely cannot stand beer. So I'm pretty much a water drinker, coffee drinker, and wine. I do love martinis, but if it's carbonated, it's not for me. It just doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well. It makes me feel bloated and it hurts to swallow carbonation. I don't know. I just don't like anything carbonated. When I was younger, I was raised on a farm. The farm is still operating. My dad and his brothers and my cousin, they run the farm, and we still have customers. We still have a store. It was not an animal farm. It was a nursery. When my uncle was alive, he did shrubs and Japanese maples and stuff like that. But now it is plants, vegetables, fruits, and in the wintertime, it's Christmas trees and pumpkins for the fall and grave blankets and wreaths and stuff like that. Poinsettias are huge. So yeah, I'm a farm girl, raised on a farm. I grew up with 9 cousins running around me at all times. I loved it. I always had somebody to play with. We were creative because computers and cell phones weren't out then. So being a farm kid was absolutely amazing. I know how to crochet. I belong to a running club, and we used to do crochet night once a week. And our friend Margaret, she was very affluent at crocheting and knitting, so she would teach us in these get-togethers once a week that we used to have how to crochet, how to knit. Didn't do so well with knitting, and I started out really slow with crochet. I just couldn't get the concept of it, but I was determined. I wanted to crochet a blanket. I wanted to do it, so I kept repeating it. I actually found some really good YouTube videos, and I got pretty good at it. So now I know how to crochet all different stitches. I've made blankets, hats, I've done pillows, I've done scarves, I've done socks, I've done lots of things, and I'm so happy that I know how to do it now because it's a very relaxing skill to have, and it's very nice that you can make inexpensive gifts that look like, you know, they cost way more than they did for friends, such as babies and stuff like that. I've made my daughter blankets, I've made my parents blankets, my sister. So I'm love to crochet. It's, you know, so I basically picked that up later in life. So I love to cook. I'm not a gourmet chef or any kind of trained chef, but I do love to cook. I grew up watching my grandmother cook classic Italian dishes, and when I got married, I was determined to be that wife that put dinner on the table every night, and I just grew to love it. I grew to, I'm pretty much self-taught. I watch a lot of cooking on TV, cooking on YouTube. I own an extensive collection of cookbooks. I'm constantly trying to come up with easy meals that my daughter's gonna love because she's picky. She's actually coming out of that now, but I absolutely love to cook and I love to feed people. People have asked me why I don't go to cooking school or why I don't want to be a chef. It's just because I don't want that taxing, grueling job as a chef, and I think once it becomes a job, I won't love it as much. But I do love to cook and entertain and have people over for dinner. So just I love to cook. My happy place is definitely the beach. I love to go to the beach. I am an early beach person. I love to get on the beach super early, get a good spot, set up camp so that I'm close to the water. I can see it, I can hear it, I can smell it, and I can spend as much time as I want there without being rushed, and then I can leave when I feel like it. So I'm definitely a beach person. I love it. But last summer we were going to the beach with our friends who have a beach buggy pass to drive onto the beach, which I used to do with my husband when he was alive, but since he's passed away, I haven't done it by myself. But he's invited us a couple of times with my friend over the summer. So we would get there in the later afternoon, set up camp, and cook and set a bonfire and stay into the night. The kids would play, and it was just so much fun. I'm just so relaxed and worry-free when I'm at the beach. So I definitely know that the beach is my happy place. And if I hit the lottery, I'm buying a house on the beach. When I was in high school, I was in the marching band and the concert band and chorus. But when I was in marching band, I was the drum major. The one on the podium with the skirt and the boots and conducting and the big baton. That was me for 2 years in high school. And yes, guys, I did go to band camp for 2 years. 2 summers, I went to Westchester University Drum Major Academy to learn how to be the best drum major that I could be. And I loved it. I have never broken a bone, but when I was like in 6th grade, I think, I bruised it pretty bad. We had this big ball thing that we would play with at recess, and let me tell you, somebody kicked that ball up at me and my arm just went backwards and behind me like a pretzel, and I bruised the bone so bad. It was black and blue all up my arm, and I had to wear one of those soft casts for like 2 weeks because I couldn't move my hand. It was so painful, but it wasn't broken. And it hurt so badly that my younger sister had to wash my hair in the bathtub for me because I just couldn't do it. So I was very grateful for that. But yeah, I've never broken a bone. I used to work as a mall security guard. Mall cop. That was me. When I knew that I wanted to get into law enforcement, I tried to get jobs in security, and mall security is a fun job. I absolutely loved it. And at the time, it was good money for me. And I made lots of friends. We hung out on our days off together, and they treated me like family, and it was just a really fun environment to work in. And I got lots of training in self-defense and stuff like that. But I did work as a mall security guard for probably about 3 years. And as well as a mall security guard, I did loss prevention in anchor stores too. I worked at Hex, I worked at Lord & Taylor as a undercover loss prevention agent, and those were fun jobs. I absolutely love sushi, and I did not try sushi until later in life because I was skeeved by it. Raw fish, ew, I would never eat that, and I refused to try it. But a work partner of mine insisted one day that I try it. He said if I tried it, I'd be hooked and I would love it. So he wound up ordering like $50 worth of sushi one day on our shift and spread it out at our post and said, try this, dip it in this, dip it in that, try this one. I fell in love. Sushi is amazing. I love it. It's so good. And now it's one of my favorite things to eat besides my steak and garlic mashed potatoes. Well, those are my 20 facts about me. I hope they were interesting to you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications so that you're notified every time I post. And please Follow me over there on Instagram at everyday_tidbits because I would love for you to be a part of my social media family. Hope everyone's being safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.